So it's covered the New York Post right now. Take a look at it. Ainsley, you have it holding it up. And essentially, it's butchers. Iran's despots fight for control by publicly executing teenage protesters, including a 19-year-old wrestler named Salah Mohammadi, who and two others, after they say they murdered two cops. Most people say they had nothing to do with it. They were tortured, and then they were killed. They were hung. So this is outrage, not only the Western world, I imagine most of the Gulf states, but also the sports world.
Yeah, this is what the Iran youth world champion wrestler, this is what the organization is saying. This is only a glimpse of the regime's brutality, a regime that kills its own people and now publicly executes a teenage athlete. For nearly 50 years, some politicians have tried to moderate this regime. They still don't understand it. We do. We have lived under it. We carry its scars. Iranian sports is no longer in the hands of athletes. It's controlled by the Revolutionary Guard. The same forces that suppress women, intimidate athletes abroad, and threaten their families. Others are still at risk, and there is still time to save them. The world must act now. Salah's only crime was protest. He went to the streets for freedom, for a future where protest is not a crime, where executions do not exist, and where people are held by hostage of their own.
Look how young those three guys are. One of them is the wrestler, the famous wrestler, and we ask, why did they pick him? You know, there were thousands and thousands of people out on the street that were protesting. And the reason is he's a public figure. He's an athlete. He's very well known. And he's a 19-year-old rising star. He was tortured into confessing to the capital crime of waging war against God. He was executed without a fair trial. All three of them were. And this comes one day. They were executed yesterday on Thursday. The girls, the soccer team, they returned on Wednesday. So I think this is a signal of intimidation from Tehran that if you go against our regime, this is what could happen to you. But remember, it was the end of January, beginning of February, when Donald Trump said, threatened them saying, you need to stop these public executions. And they stopped. But now that the war
they're on the ropes right now. And when you have the military leaders that are getting private messages from the Israeli Mossad telling them, hey, you guys need to stand with the people or else you're going to be targeted. We know exactly where you are. And so there is this growing consensus that we're getting close within the next 2 weeks or so where the people are going to be able to take the streets. And the IRGC and the government are saying, Brian, not on our watch.
Scott Besson yesterday says there's been a lot of defections. He said that on the couch in the Oval Office. Tyler Clary, a U.S. gold medal winning wrestler, said about this in London. He said he won in the London Games. What we're seeing in Iran, the execution of a wrestler after what appears to be a sham process, is a brutal reminder of what regime stands for. This is exactly why strong leadership matters. President Trump has been clear-eyed about the nature of it and the need to stand up for it. The moments like this prove why that approach is necessary. They've killed we've heard between 7,000 and 40,000 of their people in cold blood. We'll see if they begin to take back their country. And that is why the intel that they have on the ground that the Mossad has obtained with all the Iranians that have become sources for the IDF and for the Israelis, that's why they got to go ahead and turn their people in, because right now we're there and Israel's there to execute what I think are their captors.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.